lease was over at our rental, so we moved everything over, and now we are just busting at the seams with things. We're gonna have to live like this for a little bit, but that's okay. We'll just be patient. Here's all the stuff in the garage. So, can't wait to get organized. It's gonna be quite some time, but I think we'll just take it one step at a time. We have got a big week ahead trying to push to get all of this drywall done. With the drywalling project, we've got all the drywall up here in the addition, and then we've also started the mudding and sanding process. We've done 2 coats so far. We'll be wrapping up the project by finishing out the skylights. We decided to drywall the skylights and the windows. So we'll be finishing out that. I will be helping JM clean up the windows. There's a bunch of spray foam that needs to be trimmed back. And then I'll also be helping with taking some of the nails out around the bar area, out of the walls, so that he can finish the mudding in that area. We also have a texture on our walls that we aren't the biggest fan of. We love the nice clean look of the walls without the texture. So in certain spots, we'll be mudding over the texture so that it ties in with the new addition. We'd love to do that to the whole house, but super time consuming and muddy and dusty process. So that will be a project for a much later day. Right now, we really want to focus on getting this addition done. Once we get all of the mudding and sanding done, we will be moving on to painting. So hopefully we will get through the whole mudding, painting, drywall process in the next few days, so that over the weekend we can really focus on the painting project and then move on to finishing out the other side of the galley kitchen wall with the shelves. So pushing to get a lot of progress done this week, and well, let's get to it.
About to come down.
Yeah. They did say severe thunderstorms tomorrow, which could mean hail.
Well, what I'll probably do is just leave the car under the tree and then throw a tarp over it.
A tarp will save it?
Oh yeah. Well, the tree's gonna save it.
Okay.
Like some hail may hit it, but it hits the tree first, and then just like it's not coming from a mile up. And
Oh, yeah.
Crushes things. Hits the tree first.
Okay.
Good morning, folks. I am coming to you from our nicely drywalled addition. Pretty fun stuff. We've gone through and pretty much got all seams, all of the screw heads and everything all drywalled. There's a few spots where we'll have to touch up a little bit more. Today is our first day of sanding all of this stuff, so we'll get all of these ridges off. We'll smooth all of these things out, get any of these ridges out, and so we'll be going to town on that, making quite a bit of mess, I imagine. What we ended up doing on these windows is we were going to be doing like a wood trim on this. The price of wood's so dang expensive right now, I figured we might as well just finish this in. So it took a little bit longer to get those edges right and to drywall this thing to the frame here. What we'll do is we'll go through and we'll sand all this and get it nice and smooth, and then we'll run a bead of caulk around all of the edges to make sure that's all cleaned up and really nice looking. But yeah, we're looking pretty good. So we're gonna be sanding today. I'm sure it'll take all of today to get that all nailed down, and then we'll probably do last minute like touch-ups and things in here tomorrow, and then we could probably start painting some of this stuff. I think the one big thing that we want to do is just get this place sanded and the mess up before we take this plastic down. We're trying our best not to get too much of the mess over on the other side over here. As soon as we can get this thing a little bit cleaned up, as far as sanding goes, we'll be able to take all the plastic down and kind of be able to see what we're working with going forward. I think next up, what we have, this space right here is going to be where a window is going to be, and so we're going to be moving some of the windows from over there and putting a new front door in, and so those two windows will be moving here, and so that's why there's a hole there. And then up here I will be framing out a little pony wall to cover up all of that, and so that'll be coming up next. And then over here will be our guest bedroom, and our guest bedroom will have an opening up there. We're gonna try it out and see, just leaving it open. We like the airflow, but then we also like, once we get the door in here, the light to be able to come through into Bob's office and stuff. And so we're gonna try it with the opening up there, but TBD on how that goes. And so I'll be putting in the door here and getting that finished out, and then we'll be in a pretty good spot. So we're gonna get to work. See you out there.
crazy scientist or something.
What?
How are you feeling? I love that.
I think I need a shower.
Same. But we're done with that, right?
Pretty much. Now we gotta go through with that pole sander.
Pole sander?
Yeah, and just like the really soft sandpaper, and just hit any like last things that we see. Just to make sure we see like all the little nooks and crannies.
Just got done painting and JM is really disappointed. So there are a lot of spots here where we have like the meeting of two pieces of drywall where he put the tape and then he did 2 coats with the mud, and you can see them through this first coat of paint. And while we did sand a ton, or we thought we sanded enough, we apparently didn't, and you can totally tell now that it has this fresh coat of paint on it. And yeah, he's really disappointed. So kind of a bummer. I guess from here, what we're gonna do, apparently he says you can't sand it. You can't sand the paint because it will just start to melt. So what we're gonna have to do is any of those spots that we feel like aren't smooth enough, we're gonna have to go back with another coat of the mud. It's kind of a huge bummer. I'm not necessarily disappointed. I think it looks great, but he's a perfectionist when it comes to these kinds of things. And you know, there are a lot of spots here that do look great, but of course he points out everyone can see the imperfections. And while we love imperfections and the distressed look, we're not really going for that when it comes to the walls. So we are going to have to do some more work on this, and hopefully we can power through and get it done this week. We've got some good friends coming in to town next weekend, so we hope that we have this living kitchen area done before then. So more to come. Good morning. So last night was a huge disappointment and a bummer. JM woke up this morning and started on the mud, and I think it looks really good. Like I like the outcome, but he is a perfectionist, and I think when it comes to the walls, like we really want to make sure that it's super smooth. So he is gonna go over all of the spots that you can see in the paint with mud, and then we're gonna do the whole process over again where we put the mud over the cracks and then we sand it. So we're not in the clear yet as far as dust. You know, we made this decision to do the kitchen before finishing out the addition just so that we had a kitchen, and I think it was the right move, but with that we signed up for probably like days and weeks worth of cleaning up the dust. It's not so bad. I mean, you have all of the Swiffer tools and whatnot, so like we've never done this before, so it's all about learning. And it's really funny, a friend asked me if we've had any hiccups with our build so far, and I said no. This is for sure the first hiccup that we've had, and a little bit of a setback, because we thought that we were on a road to finishing up the addition in the next couple of days, and now having to mud again and sand is putting us back probably like a whole week. So we'll be working on this for the next week, and then probably put another coat of paint on it, hopefully by the weekend. So yeah, I guess cheers to learning as we go, even though sometimes it's a lot harder than other times. We're enjoying the learning, and we will continue on.